in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
기찻길 옆에 근원에서 기찻길 맞아 먹을 향수기 먹을 꽉 졸랐다 뭘로? 브라자 향수기 하얀 브라자로 먹으러 꽉 졸랐어. 그 다음에 스타킹밖에 두 번째 저런 게 스타킹이야. 아, 이 새끼 머리 좋아. 영리해.
Memories of Murder. So this movie, I want to say, has probably one of the best endings to a movie ever. Now, that's a big statement, right? There's just something so haunting about the ending that it just leaves you with tears. I mean, you just feel shaken to the core. So many people have different interpretations of the ending. Every time, without fail, if I watch the ending, my eyes get misty. It is a Korean film, so there are subtitles if you do not understand Korean. It's such a good movie that you're not going to be fazed by reading the subtitles. I pray that you won't be turned off by the idea of reading subtitles. People miss out on a lot of excellent movies and experiences because of that. And I'm telling you, this movie is one of the best movies I believe ever made. So Memories of Murder. This movie is directed by Bong Joon-Ho. He directed Snowpiercer and The Host. This is probably my favorite movie he's done, although I have not seen every single movie he's made. But I know for a fact that this is probably my favorite movie. This movie starts out with Detective Park, who is played by Kang-Ho. And then the other detective who comes from Seoul, his name is Kim Sang-kyung, his real name. And his name in the movie is Detective Yoon. And this movie is based on a true story. It's about these rapes that went on from 1986 to 1991 in this small town in Korea, in South Korea. There's something about Korean movies that you buy it. You think you're there with them. There's something about their acting. And in this movie, everybody gives a phenomenal performance. The cinematography is gorgeous. In the countryside, there's just these shots. There's a lot of gorgeous shots in this movie, and it just takes your breath away, along with the musical score. Absolutely stunning, and it really draws you in. Basically, the story is this. There's these two cops in a small village who are these tough guys, like they didn't really go to school. It's funny because in the beginning of the movie, you start to get a picture of how it was back then. When the movie first starts, we see a kid and we see a dead body who's been stuffed underneath like kind of like a gutter, I would say, in the countryside on the side of the road. And there's kids, and it's just like, what's going on? There's people running through the evidence, grabbing clothes, and kids just all over the place. It's not professional. The evidence is being tampered with. And throughout the whole movie, that's what you see, is people just not understanding how to deal with this situation. There was cases of torture. They would pick someone up and basically torture them until they made a confession and said, yes, I was the one who killed her and raped her. And one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when they have Kang-Ho, who is the boy who's got some mental issues, and they're trying to reenact the scene. It's a mess. I've got all the reporters and everything, and it's just the funniest, disturbing, inappropriate, just horrible thing. Like, if that actually happened, I don't know if that happened for sure, but it's just such a great shot. Finally, the detective from Seoul comes, and that's Detective Yoon, and he basically is watching and seeing how everything's playing out, and he's just like, this is not how it should be. So Memories of Murder is very similar to the movie Zodiac. So if you're familiar with that movie and you enjoyed that movie, you definitely will enjoy this movie. Memories of Murder has more heart to it. To me, in my opinion, it's just a better film. Yeah, I've seen this movie more than 5 times, and I watched it today because I wanted to refresh my memory. I hadn't seen it in probably a good 3 years. I watch it every so often, every few years. I'll go back and watch it. And right when I started the movie, I was like, yes, this is why I love this movie. I was drawn in, like as if it was the first time I've seen it. I don't know even It's so hard to put into words how great of a movie this is. There's a lot of dark humor in it. There's a lot of laughing at the weirdest times, and I really like movies that are like that are dark but have this humor and this light in it. But it also has this true look at not only the killer but at all of us. And it shows even like that these detectives are not perfect. They do bad things too. They're doing things that are illegal. They're doing things that are wrong. It points the finger to everyone, even the audience members. We kind of have to look inside ourselves. Just a little tidbit, if you are familiar with Quentin Tarantino, this movie is in his top 20 movies in the last 17 years. I think that's what he says. Since he's been directing, this is one of his favorite movies. So if that has any pull on you guys at all, Quentin Tarantino loves this movie as well. I think this is a perfect movie. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a masterpiece. The score, the acting, cinematography. There's shots that are just one-take shots that are really long, and like you can see it, it's just raw. It's just happening there. It's so natural. Probably on my top 10. Of course my top 20, but top 10 of best movies of all time. I recommend this. This is my first movie I want to bring to you guys. It's my favorite. Let me know if you guys watch it, and you can find it on Amazon. I'm sure there's other websites you can find it on too. So the comment section will probably be filled with spoilers. So probably I would watch the movie and then come back and let's have a discussion. Let me know what you guys thought of this movie. Let me know what you guys thought about this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys.